This house looks like a closed cube of earth and brick, but it was not designed to block the world. It was designed to breathe. Cube, whose full name is Creative Usage of Bricks and Earth, is located in Mao Khe, Vietnam. It sits next to a new urban expansion on a square plot surrounded by old agricultural fields, and this contrast already explains much of the house. On one side, the city moving forward. On the other, the memory of earth, cultivation, and a way of living more closely connected to the climate. The most interesting point here is not simply the use of brick, it is the transformation of brick into a breathable skin. The facade does not work like a conventional wall. It lets air pass, breaks the light, creates shade, protects privacy, and slows down the heat before it reaches the interior. At first glance, the house appears closed, but in reality, it works through porosity. That is why Cube is not just a beautiful brick house. Brick is not there only as texture or finish. It is part of the way the house breathes. Between the street and the interior spaces, there is a sequence of layers: the perforated brick wall, a ventilated air gap, and inside, sliding doors. The outside does not enter all at once. It is filtered gradually. This logic makes a lot of sense in a tropical monsoon climate, with heat, humidity, strong sun, and intense rain. The house does not depend only on enclosure or air conditioning as a response. It creates transitions: brick, air, shade, plants, spaces, doors. Comfort comes from this combination, not from a single gesture. But the strength of Cube is not only in the facade. Inside the house, the organization is mainly according to the voids. Courtyards appear on different levels, connecting common areas, private spaces, balconies, and gardens. Instead of a dark, vertical house where each floor works in isolation, the design creates openings for light, wind, natural plants, and visual relationships between spaces. These courtyards are not decoration, they are part of the routine. They serve to ventilate, illuminate, plant, rest, dry clothes, eat outdoors, and create pauses inside the house. In a 3-story urban home, this is important because it prevents the house from feeling too compressed. The void becomes a form of breathing space. The front facade has its own movement. The perforated brick screen folds into vertical planes, as if the cube had gained small wings, like butterflies resting, ready to take flight. This gives lightness to a house that could have felt heavy because of its compact form and earthy materiality. On the balconies, flower pots appear in an alternating rhythm. They help soften the air and light even further after they pass through the brick skin. First, the brick breaks the sun, then air circulates through the gap. After that, the plants filter it again. Only then does the house receive this light and ventilation in a slower, more habitable way. This is the most beautiful point of Cube. It responds to urbanization without completely abandoning rural memory. The house is compact, vertical, and urban, but it still keeps courtyards, gardens, dirt, cultivation, shade, and natural ventilation. It does not try to choose between city and countryside. It tries to reorganize both in layers. That is why the idea of a small vertical village works so well here. Elements that might have once been spread across the ground, courtyard, balcony, garden, screen, cultivation, and shade, are stacked inside a 3-story cube. The house transforms the horizontal logic of rural life into a vertical experience. The upper terrace can function as a service area, an outdoor dining space, and a mobile garden. Vegetables and fruits can be grown in plastic trays or simple boxes. It is a direct image. Even inside a vertical urban house, the logic of cultivation still finds a place. This mobile garden connects to the fixed garden on the 3rd floor and the courtyards on the lower levels. Vegetation does not appear only to decorate the architecture. It participates in regulating air, light, and humidity. It enters through balconies, terraces, pots, and intermediate spaces as part of daily use. The risk of a project like this would be becoming only a striking perforated brick facade, but Cube goes beyond that. The facade breathes, the courtyards organize, earth becomes garden, plants regulate light, and brick stops being just a material and becomes a layer between the city, the climate, and interior life. In the end, Cube is a house about breathing through brick. Brick as skin, earth as garden, courtyard as breathing space, balcony as transition, facade as climate. It shows that an urban house does not need to abandon nature completely in order to deal with density. Sometimes the path is to create a more porous architecture, a perforated brick skin, air gaps, sliding doors, courtyards on multiple levels, and gardens that make the cube breathe. From the outside, Cube looks like a compact mass of brick and earth, but inside, it tries to become something else, a small vertical landscape where air, light, shade, plants, and matter work together to transform an urban house into a cooler, slower, and more alive place.